Okay, so you talked about passion. I'd also like to know about support because, as we know, this is a space that you're in now. Years ago, certainly during my time, it wouldn't have been a typical uh, career path for most people. It would have been a traditional medicine, accountancy. You
Yes,
went into
yes,
being an
yes, yeah,
accountant,
yeah,
etc.
yes.
And I just wonder, how has the support aspect been for you? Have you, how's it been in terms of from a family perspective, friends? How has that been in terms of
Um,
supporting you on this journey to where you have gotten to today?
uh, Let me recognize the fact that there's a whole lot of voice in your head that tells you, you're good at this, why are you not
Yeah.
doing this? This is what you should be doing. But then I used to live with my uncle, and telling my uncle that I want to be an artist was not really the logical thing to do then, but I would constantly draw when I'm not reading or studying, for example, when we're on our break, and I would he gets to catch me sometimes doing it, and sometimes I remember one day he saw my journal and like, you write all this? Because he gave me that diary to have been reading, but I was just writing notes, and he was like,
Oh my.
okay. But it was almost impossible to have the guts to tell them that, okay, this is what I really want to do, because it has been like a whole up and down about, okay, is this what you want, is that not what you want? And I didn't want it to be like, okay, from a science student to a commercial student, and now you are saying that you want to be an art student again. Bro, do you know what you are going, what you want to do? But
Yeah.
there's that belief in you from my mom. They would always tell me then that I can always do it as a side thing with my profession, so none stops the other, and so
Determined side
I should
hustle.
just go on with it and all that.
Yeah.
So I went on with it till I got my admission for as an economics student, and after 100 level, it's not home, but I was at this stage that I was spending for myself for school, so I felt that nobody could actually threaten me anyway that, okay, I'm not going to sponsor you, and then like, you know what, we're actually taking this change of course. I remember that I've taken it, but I've spoken to my mom about it before I took it. I'll be taking this change of course, but don't tell my uncle yet, because I just going to deal with him having to convince me that maybe you should just continue.
Yeah.
But when I took the change of course, and I told him that I've changed it. Have you made the inquiry? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure it's not going to affect your years in school and all that question? And in the end, you just have to accept that you cannot change it. I've already made my decision.
Yeah.
And gradually they kept seeing my work and realized that they appreciate it. So why won't he too? So even my family, my aunts, they wanted me to make portraits of them. Like,
Oh my
I
goodness.
really love
Wow.
this. So gradually over the years, constantly working at what I love to do, and them seeing that I'm doing well at it allowed them to accept that, okay, I could actually do it well if I do it as a professional, learning professional. Because what I used to have as a mindset then was that for me to be able to do that much, even without a prior knowledge or basic knowledge or principles that guides it, imagine how much more I could accomplish if I go learn it the formal way. So
Yeah.
it was what made me just go right into it, and,
Yeah.
and I came out of it.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So what are you up to now? What is it that you do?
Right. More recently, I've been into my heart and my creative community, which is King's Journal. My heart has always been there, so yeah, I cannot say that's what I'm into now. But my creative community is what I'm working at now. It's about making a statement. Growing up, I've always wanted to share a message, I wanted to talk, but something it lacked is purpose. And recent time, we've been having suicidal incidents, depressing
Which is the King's
situation.
Journal
Platform.
that you're talking
Yeah. So earlier this year, I created a community, and called to my friend like, guys, we are all creatives. Let's come together. Let's rub minds. Let's talk about people monthly, and about our situations and our mental health monthly, and deal with how we all deal with it, and have some sort of support group, and take it away from the conventional setting. So what we do is that we meet in a month, and the next month we travel.
Okay.
Yeah, we infuse travel, adventure into it, to take the support group out of the regular closed door environment. That, okay, how are you feeling? We go out, and then we bond.
Okay.
We bond. I can remember the first one we had is still like the the most I've tapped into myself.
Wow.
And accepting that, okay, you're not perfect, you don't have to be, but you can grow and you can fail, but fail forward. And it's been amazing because creatives are some of the most mentally affected people, and it's ironical because everybody appreciates your heart, but sometimes it's not fulfilling to you. And in the end, if you are not finding some sort of balance in it, you would crash. So it's important to have such platforms that we bond. I'm also a volunteer at Mani.
You are? Yes.
Yeah. I volunteer.
Organization.
I volunteer for the Oshu State category.
Excellent.
So I volunteer for a whole lot of impactful platforms like that, and I try as much as possible because I can be really unavailable and you can just miss all the information on WhatsApp and all, but I try my best anytime I can afford to do my best for all those platforms that I volunteer for in order to tap from those experiences and also do better in my own platform too, which is the creative community for brilliant minds.
Wonderful. I'm really impressed about what you've talked about there, and the involvement with Manon, which is a great organization. I've definitely had dealings with them and hope to do so much more. This issue with regards to mental health and the challenge that we see, it just seems to have become such a major thing here in Nigeria. I was listening, I think, to the BBC about 2 weeks ago, and they were giving out some statistics, but I think it was in relation to drug abuse, but that's also connected to mental wellness as well, and we have just kept creeping up. What do you feel are the fundamental factors that have caused this to become really an epidemic for us in this country?
Well, the most dominant thing I think is loneliness. It's very easy to solitude is good, but it can be dangerous for many. So if you begin to feel lonely, no matter how big the crowd you are in, you are just lonely. It's not about being alone again, it's about being lonely. So a whole lot of time, some people might call themselves introverts, but in the real sense, they are just not, maybe don't feel enough, don't feel involved or part of something, and don't feel they belong, and they begin to hold back and then feel down. Some people just enjoy their space, but there are people that are like just trying to find themselves and feel and are afraid to feel. So all these things building up, and if we don't constantly remind ourselves that, okay, we are in this together, we will be fine last. Like there are many times I'm broke and down, and if I just tell one of my friends, you say that, guy, you are meant for greatness, you are going to be fine. He says that and you just yell like, no, what will be fine. So when you have people that you connect with, that you can rub your minds with, that you can trust, you begin to realize that, okay, I'll be fine. But a whole lot of that, if I cannot go to the people, will they come to me? Maybe it's easy for me to articulate what I'm going through and tell somebody that can help, like, hey, guy, I'm going through this and all that, I don't know what to do. And he tells me, okay, what about we do this, calm down, think about it, take your time, take a break and all that. And if it helps. But what if I cannot articulate what I'm going through? What if I do? Because a lot of people say, what are you feeling? What's going on? I say, I don't know. A lot of people subscribe to that idea of I don't know. And the best you can just do is go to them too. That's why my own platform was created, just raising more productive conversations around it. Take it out of the conventional settings. Let's have more talk. So we have this Dear Bambi is a conversational poetry that I created. It's a Dear About Bambi is the hashtag, which is a series on lost love. Now, it's not just about between lovers, maybe boyfriend and a girlfriend, but more like even in our environment, in our classroom, in the settings, in the media, between your best friends. A whole lot of things that could just cause a little drift apart, and then it could just been something that could have been settled with a voice of, okay, this is what I'm going through, this is why I felt this way. So Dear Bambi, it comes up as a medium to have these conversations with people that can articulate such such moments when you're down, and then I play the role of Bambi or the affected Bambi, and I reply. Most of the time it's usually about a lover, but we have had more stories about what's the name, infertility, a woman that lost their child.
Well.
So it's been fantastic. So creating, we need to have more and more of these conversations. That's the most important thing. Like this platform is not enough. We need to have more and more people creating such engagements that allows for people to express themselves in their own way, at the same time grow. Yeah. So that's
good work. Good work.
Thank you.
You know, keep it up. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs to be able to connect. That's why the strapline for Time with Flora is talk, learn, and grow. Honestly, so good stuff. So let's move on then. A question that I always like to ask people is what is their why? And what I mean by that is, what is it that motivates you? What is it that, you know, and I guess yours is pretty obvious, that really kind of generates that fire in you? Why is it that you do what you do? So the art, the passion of the art, what is it doing for you that keeps you so connected with it? What is your why?
My mother. All right. Really? So I was raised by a single mother, and we are three, and I adored her growing up. She always had a diary that I would still read, and I would always be amused about the way she can. This is my mom, and this is another person in the diary. So I would always be amused about seeing her articulate her day in a very short, precise, and very beautiful manner. And I'm like, okay, this is okay. How can I do this? And I was literally in a competition with my mom with handwriting. My handwriting was poor, but handwriting was also fantastic. So every day I kept on writing just because I want my handwriting. I started changing the letters and all that. So being amused by her made me want to also grow so that people can be somewhat amused by me too. Maybe I can amuse somebody some way that because my mom, when I was in my GS3, GS2, she taught in the secondary school I was going to, and she taught us economics and PhD, and she used to draw too. So sometimes I feel like everything that I am today is like geared from little things I've seen her do and do very well, and I'm like, okay. But along the line, after falling into illness for a while, see, all that charisma in her, all that drive that makes her document, read. She used to have their novels. It's just shrinked, and seeing this progression and growing in that state, I learned from it and saw that, okay, well, maybe I should do it better and show that she can do more. Maybe if I do it, she'll remember how she used to do it, and she can do it more. And I remember that the last day when she got the phone before it got spoiled, she actually opened an Instagram account, and I just saw Yawadid. She liked all my posts. I'm wondering that, okay, my mom is on Instagram, and about a couple of times she uploaded and wrote something before the phone went off, and I'm like, okay, I think we are getting there.
Yes.
And that's the drive, being able to put an happy smile on her face. That's what I want to do.
Good job. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's my drive.
Lovely, yeah. And so who inspires you? Who are your role models?
All right. Two basically. Or let me say three. I have two male and one lady, which I have been lucky that she shared my post today. Okay. But two I below. And the other two, one is a calligrapher. Is a calligraffiti. Is his model of art, which is in Arabic. Is actually an Arabian. Is a Persian, something like
Persian,
that. It's an Arabian. Let me just put it as an Arabian. It's an Arabian that draws calligraphy.
Okay.
He takes poetry of a place and writes it in Arabic, and like write it on a wall, a big wall, or make it in a sculptural form to be there. So you that probably don't speak Arabic, and usually it's not in an Arabian land, it makes them. So you that you don't speak Arabic, you get to wonder, okay, what is going on here, or but the beauty of the heart makes you drawn into what could this be?
Yes.
And you just find comfort in it,
Very
even though you don't
interesting.
find the mentor. His name is Hellseed. That's my role model. And the last but not the least person was actually the person that made me know him, which is Akin Shimoye. Is Ahmed Akin Shimoye. Is the co-founder of Zoku Wears, and he's one of the people that I've met by chance that I always feel like it's a grand design, because we just connected and he could tap into my experiences, what I was going through, and he could help me, guide me with no strings attached. He genuinely supports you. He's always there. I could be at my lowest and I call him, but I need to see you.
Yeah.
And he sets up the time for me to meet, and he listens and then gives you, why don't you try this? And that has been a source of inspiration for me, for somebody I revere so high, to be able to be there for me time and time again. It's amazing. So I take him as my mentor, my coach, my counselor, my therapist. Take it, because he is just a fantastic being. And Elsie has always been there too. From the other hand, whenever I have an artistic curiosity, I can always ask him, because I love it. He did something so massive that he did over 30 buildings, one artwork, over 30 buildings, and so captivating that he had to be awarded by the UN for it. So for you to make a statement for communities that can connect with it, those are the kind of things art I am geared to make, and those are the kind of people I look up to. So that's why I connected. And T.Y. Bello has been an inspiration, because I caught up with her story, because I don't say I've always known her forever, but I caught up with her story and I realized that it took a while for her to be where she is today. And that is amazing, because I have been able to go down her timeline, read a lot about her, and I have seen that she was a documentary photographer, but before that she was an hairdresser. Not many people know that. Everybody just know the two people that is a photographer and a singer today, but most people don't know some of her stories. Some people can even think she's a guy. So there can be a whole lot of things you don't know about her, and then you still know about her and you'll be wowed by it. So that's knowledge and the surprise in it. It's what draws me to her.
And this is why I love sort of career stories, because it is the journey. It is not the destination. And while the destination is powerful in itself, what is more powerful is how the person got
the process.
there. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing those. And when we do the narrative on the post, we'll make sure we sort of capture all those handles as well. So I think what I'd like to ask as we near the end of the interview is, where next for you? Where are you going?
Growing.
Where are you going?
I'm growing.
You're growing. Expand.
That's where I'm going. Like this year, I entered this year with the mindset that this year we have to break bounds. Like we have to achieve more, do more. Created the creative community, connected more with my friends, supported them, to been there for them as much as they are for me, and constantly learning and doing my heart and pushing my limits. So where am I going? To greatness and beyond. So that's just the plan. I cannot put my eyes on it, but I know I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm far from where I used to be. And that is fantastic.
Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better. And just keep being intentional about the efforts that you're making. And it's great. So let's end by you, I guess, sharing with the audience, if they want to check you on your social media handle, how can people reach you? Also about King Journal as well. Just
all right. You can
share all of that.
You can reach me on my personal Instagram page at Mr Waduud, which is MRWADWD. And King's Journal, which is a creative community for those that are interested in joining and being part of a movement of creatives that are trying to make a statement for our mental wellness and fitness. And you can follow us on Instagram or send us a DM. And we're also a channel to the professionals in the field of mental health. Because yes, I'm not a professional in the field. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor or a psychologist. But it's a channel for us to link those people that probably are going through such, or to connect them with people that can help. So
Yeah.
follow us on King's Journal, which is QING.
Yeah.
SJOURLNAL.
And we'll add all of that as well in the narrative. Good.
Yeah, so King's Journal, they can catch up on King's Journal, and we'll always be here.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been such a treat having you.
It's a pleasure.
Wonderful,
to be here.
wonderful. Keep up the good work. Keep thriving. And I'll look forward to, maybe I'll even get my picture.
And this is the
sometime
best.
soon.
This is the best time I've had in this month. So far, it's my month, and I'm spending it with Flora. So
and,
yeah,
you know,
it's
this
been
is,
fantastic.
it feels like a friendship that's going to go on for a long time. No, we're connected in so many ways.
I'm glad to be here.
So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being on the Time with Flora show, where we talk, learn and grow together. As our audience knows, this is a Headway Point production, and we shall see you soon on the next episode.